Everyone likes a bedtime story.
Everyone likes a bedtime story.
But have you ever tried to read to an animal?
But have you ever tried to read to an animal?
If you read a bedtime story to a hippopotamus,
If you read a bedtime story to a hippopotamus,
he might want to sit on your lap.
he might want to sit on your lap.
Can you read aloud to a kangaroo?
Can you read aloud to kangaroo?
No. She'll
No,
want you to jump around far too much.
she will want you to jump around far too much.
You can try to read to dolphins,
You can try to read to dolphins,
but your words would get all wet.
but you would get all wet.
And why can't you read a book to owls?
And why can't you read a book to owls?
Because they'll keep asking,
Because they will keep asking,
"Who?"
"Ooh."
You can choose a good book for an alligator,
You can choose a good book for an alligator,
but don't let him get a taste for the story.
but don't let him get a taste for the story.
If you want to read to bunnies, you
If you want to read to bunny,
need books and books and books.
you will need book and book and book.
It's impossible to read to camels.
It's impossible to read to camel.
Their big humps always get in the way.
Their big hump always get in the way.
If you read a book to a boa,
If you read a book to a boa,
she might want to hug you good night.
she may want to hug you good night.
Can you read a bedtime story to bats?
Can you read a bedtime story to bats?
It's not easy to read upside down.
It's not easy to read upside down.
If you read a book to chameleons,
If you read a book to chameleon,
they might get lost in the story.
they might get lost in the story.
It's even harder to read to a cheetah.
It's even harder to read to a cheetah.
You might not be a fast enough reader.
You might not be a fast enough reader.
Why can't you read to giraffes?
Why can you read to giraffe?
They are too tall to see the pictures.
They are too tall to see the picture.
And forget about reading to a parrot.
And forget about read to a parrot.
He will just copy everything you say.
He will just copy everything you say.
But you can read to your mom and dad.
But you can read to your mom and
It will
dad.
be the best story that they've ever heard.
It will be the best story that they have ever heard.